Okay, here to make good on his promise, the star of Silver Linings Playbook, the Oscar-nominated Bradley Cooper. Bradley, good morning.
Hey. Welcome to my library.
Hey, I see that. You look quite astute. Why don't you get a pipe out? This is so good. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you for the support, Mika.
Like you need it. You're getting such an incredible response, especially from the mental health community. So let's go right there. Did you expect to get the response you're getting?
You stumble upon certain things in your life that you never expect, and for me, this was one from the beginning when I first played this character, and then the response that we got, and the fact that I'm here in D.C. and we were Walter Reed last night doing a Q&A for about 200 war vets is just incredible, and we're able to raise awareness and try to destigmatize mental illness in this country. I mean, look at the cover of the Post today. It's about how suicide rate has gone up with vets.
Well, that obviously is a huge issue in the veterans community, in the military community, but also across America. Bipolar disorder, depression, mental health issues plague not just adults, but children, very young children. And what your character, Bradley, does in this movie is finds a way, in a frank and funny way, to sort of give people a sense of what mental illness looks like. You make us really uncomfortable at times, and you make us really hate your character at times, but in the end, we're all rooting for him, which is sort of how you feel about a loved one who is suffering from mental illness.
And I think that's the key, Mika, is that you're rooting for him. You know, yeah. I think I had the blessing of being able to play this guy, and I think that it actually destigmatized it for myself, and I realized, well, I actually have I can relate to Pat Solitano. And I think that's what this movie, unbeknownst to us as we're making it, has done for those who suffer from this. That they're so. I can't tell you how many times people at Q&As have come up and say, I actually can say I can relate to him. And before I would, resist that for fear that people would treat me different.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Bradley, it's Willie. The last time we talked to you, you were not yet Oscar nominee Bradley Cooper. So congratulations.
It's huge.
You have changed quite a bit since that came out.
Yeah, I shaved.
Changed.
Yeah, I shaved. That's what I do now.
That was the big.
You brushed your hair back now.
You told me
that looks like the mayor of San Francisco now.
No, stop.
I'm trying to be a gentleman.
Okay, what did he tell you privately?
He told me privately, maybe I should say, he's going to take Daniel Day-Lewis behind the woodshed.
Really?
And just drop him on Oscar.
Wow. Okay. Wow. He's going to break his. He's going to do like the ice skating
very
thing.
Awkward.
Tanya Harding.
He's got.
I'm going to do it. Pull it.
He's got a bumper sticker on the back of his Hummer that says, "Daniel Day who?"
Yeah.
The back of my Hummer? Is that what you just said?
Neon pink Hummer. Don't tell anyone.
Daniel Day who?
Yeah.
Gee, Willie, he has no respect.
Out of character. He's a classy guy. He's not him.
I'm not really like Bradley.
I bet Bradley is really glad that he dropped by today.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Hey, Bradley, it's Donnie Deutsch. How are you, man?
Hey, how's it going?
I got to come clean a little bit.
I don't want to titillate the very devout gay audience here, but I have a man crush on Bradley.
Oh,
I've never said that before.
Why?
I have to come clean on that. Mika is very concerned
You're making me uncomfortable.
Mika is very concerned that not only is there a Hangover 3 coming, but you've already signed on for a Hangover 4.
No.
Yes.
No. You don't need to do that.
Can you either verify that or denounce that?
Bradley.
In one word, no. That is not true.
Wow, darn.
Yeah, we finished it up. We shot the third one.
Bradley?
Mika actually called Warner Brothers herself and put the kibosh on the
I blew
fourth.
up a deal.
She spiked it.
Yeah.
Bradley, talk a little bit about last night going to Walter Reed.
Thank God, Mike. Jeez.
I was trying, Bradley.
Wow. I love this guy.
Last night was it was incredible. I was joined by former Congressman Patrick Kennedy and Dr. Barbara Dahlgren, who has a nonprofit organization where experts give about an hour of their time to help those with mental illness, and they logged about 70,000 hours last year. And we did a Q&A after they screened Silver Linings. They thought about 50 vets would come and their families, and 200 showed up. Mm-hmm. And just, person after person talking about, wanting to feel included and not, and, getting a strategy for how to deal with whatever post-traumatic stress disorder they have. And, there's a real need for awareness. And I'm just lucky that I stumbled upon this. And, but this movie can actually have an effect if people take action. And we live in a world where social media is so powerful that things can happen very fast. And it's just really about people taking action and shedding a light to the fact that this is something that needs to be addressed and spoken about so that people can feel more comfortable to come clean. And Pat Solitano is a guy in this movie who we watch grow because he feels more comfortable.
Bradley, I did actually, believe it or not, did have a question for you before, but how has this role changed you? And I'm not talking about your career, but given the attention you've gotten, you've kind of become a hero to people who are going through these kind of disorders, somebody who's put it out there into the public conscience. What do you do with it now? Does this become a cause for you going forward?
I can just know what I'm doing today for it. The fact that I'm here in D.C. and I was able to go to Walter Reed, I haven't never been there before. Why have I never visited there before? There's no reason, so I think I'm just sort of catching up on a lot of lost time, perhaps, and it really is because I learned from this character that I played. There's something very interesting about walking into a room and having everybody go up and back on their heels because they feel uncomfortable. And when I was Pat for those 33 days on set, every time, that was the one thing I thought, oh, wow, this is an awful feeling. And why is that? And I want to stop it. And so what I learned making this movie is something that I can impart, and those who watch it, who deal with the same thing, can speak about. So I'm just lucky that I got the opportunity to do this movie, and then there's a platform to talk about it.
Yeah. No, it's the kind of movie, too, that you walk away and you keep thinking about it. And,
well, it's because it's so personal, Mika. That's the thing. David O. Russell set out to make a very personal movie about his, based on the relationship he has with his son and watching his son go through life and how to make it a little less difficult.
Yeah.
And that's all. And then it became very personal for all of us. It was very personal for Robert De Niro. And because of that, I think because that's all we cared about, that level of authenticity has permeated into those who are watching it. And that's why I think that it's caused whatever benefit that it has to this issue.
Well, the reach is broad because there's some of your character and Jennifer Lawrence's character in all of us, too. Mm-hmm. So you just walk out, everyone has a different feeling about it. I also you really caused a lot of trouble this week taking your shirt off at SoulCycle. Did you hear about this? Women were going crazy.
That's one of 3 crazy stories this week. Yeah.
It was like Beatlemania. They were screaming. These women were screaming.
Joe, that didn't happen. Come on.
Sexiest man alive. You can't take off your shirt in front of women.
No, but not only Joe. Not only did I take. No, it said that I took my shirt off. Imagine. So the class ends. I take my shirt off. Then I walk around congratulating everybody on their job.
By the way, I know SoulCycle on the Upper East Side. He would have never gotten out of it. He wouldn't be here today. Okay?
He would have been
women would have torn him to.
I kind of feel bad for you.
First of all, I would be. Who would do that?
Who would do that?
Well, actually, Barnacle does it all the time, but it has the opposite.
Donnie does do that.
All right, so Bradley,
I was going to say real quick on the question of rumors, the Lance Armstrong movie, yes or no, Bradley?
No, nothing going on.
Okay.
Another rumor. There you go. Well, Bradley, we want to thank you for being with us.
No more hangover. No more wedding crashers.
Being such a good friend, but more importantly, and I do mean this, personally, there are people very close to me that have been deeply touched by your movie, and I know Mika knows people, everybody that's gone seen this. Sure. This is such an important movie, and we thank you so much
thank you
for doing it and for coming here and talking about it.
Great
Thanks, guys.
job.
Thanks for having me.
Bradley Cooper,
we'll
thank you. Silver Linings Playbook is now in theaters. Go see it. It is